Hello student. Today we will start our second chapter that is array as a data structure. In the previous chapter we studied the basic concepts of data structures and algorithms. It is important to choose the right data structure because it affects the efficiency of the program. As defined earlier, data structure can be linear or non-linear. In a linear data structure, the elements are stored in a sequence or in a line. In this chapter, we will study an important linear data structure, which is the array. Let us see the objectives of this chapter. First is array data structures with its representation. Then study the different types of arrays. Uh, we will learn the different application of arrays and memory representation of one-dimensional and multi-dimensional array. An array is data structure for storing more than one data items that has a similar data type. In simple words, an array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. Hence, we define array as it is finite ordered collection of homogeneous data elements which provides random access to the elements. Here finite means what? The specific number of elements in the array. Next, the ordered, that is the elements are arranged one by one, and the homogeneous means all the elements are of same data type. The array elements share a common name. A declaration of an array needs three things. One is array data type, name and size. Here our data type is integer, then array name is A and array size is 5. So we can save or read 5 elements into the array, that is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. This is our logical view of an array. These are our actual elements and these are indexes, or the we can say that is subscript of an array. Some basic terminology of array data structure. First is size of array. Number of elements in an array is called as the size of array. Size of array is also called as a length or dimension. Once we define the dimension of array, we cannot be modified after compilation. Hence, array are called as a static data structure. The size is always mentioned in the square bracket. Next is the base. The address of the first element is always stored at the 0th index. It is called as a base address. In other words, base of an array in the address of memory location where the first element of the array is located. Base of array is defined when the program is executed. Value of base varies at every run of the program. It is not defined by the programmer. Next is type. Type refers to data type. Data type represent the kind of information, that is the type of data to be stored in an array. Then index. An element of an array is referred by a subscript like A of I and also as AI. This subscript is known as index. Index of first element is always 0. Then next is word. Word indicates the space required for an element. In each memory location, a computer can store a data piece. And the last is arrange. It is index of an array, that is the value of x varies from the lower bound to the upper bound while writing or reading elements from an array. For example, if the array size is 10, means suppose we say if integer of 10. Then the range of the index is 0 to 9. Let us see the advantages of arrays. First is it helps to arrange the data elements in particular order, that is in ascending or descending order. Next is iterating the arrays using their index is faster as compared to any other methods like linked lists. That's why we can say that a data element searching is faster using arrays. Then it saves the memory space, that is it allocates memory in contiguous memory location for its elements. So it does not allocate any extra space or the memory for its elements. Hence there is no memory overflow or shortage of memory in arrays. And next is it allows us to efficient random access in constant time. And the last is it is better and convenient way of storing the data of same data type with same size. Disadvantages of arrays. First is rigid data structure, means we must know in advance how many elements are stored in array. Then second is it allows us only fixed number of elements into array. We cannot alter the size of array. Hence, if we need to insert a more number of records than declared, then it is not possible. Static data structure. Array is a static data structure. It means that array is fixed size. The memory which is allocated to array cannot be increased or reduced. Since array is fixed size, if we allocate more memory than requirement, then the memory space will be wasted. And if we allocate less memory, then if we allocate less memory than requirement, then it will create problem. And the last is about the insertion and deletion, that is inserting and deleting a record from the array would be costly. Since we add and delete element from the array, we need to manage memory space. Hence we can say that insertion and deletion are very difficult and time consuming. Being such an important data structure, there are several applications which require the use of arrays. In fact, this is one of the most widely used data structures. It is hard to think of applications which do not need arrays, since almost all applications handle large volume of data. Let us see the application one by one. First is the sorting. We can enter or accept the unsorted array element, and then by using the different sorting technique we can sort these array elements. And next is the searching. The data element searching is faster using arrays. After that, recursive function. When the function calls another function or the same function again, then the current values are stored onto the stack, and those values will be retrieved when control comes back. We can implement the stack using array. Then CPU scheduling. CPU scheduling is generally managed by queue. Queue can be managed and implemented using the arrays. Next is static implementation. That is array are used to implement other data structures such as heaps, hash tables, queues, stack, strings, and so on. And the last is matrix operation. The matrix operation can be performed using the array. We can use 2D array to store the matrix. Matrix can be multidimensional also. Arrays are classified into two types, namely one-dimensional array and multidimensional array. A one-dimensional array is also called as a single-dimensional array. It is the simplest form of an array. One-dimensional array or linear array requires only one index to access an element, and another is the multi-dimensional array. In this two-dimensional array and n-dimensional array, that is an array with two subscript is known as two-dimensional array. It is also called as, or it is also known as double dimensions arrays. The double dimensions or two-dimensional array is also referred as matrix. It is the combination of rows and columns. A two-dimensional array is collection of elements placed in m rows and n columns. Physical representation of an array in two ways. If elements into array are stored row by row, then it is called as a row measure representation, and if they are stored column by column, then it is called as a column measure representation. Let us discuss our first representation, that is row measure representation. All the elements of a matrix or 2D array get stored in memory in a linear fashion. Hence, 2D array can be considered as a 1D array in memory. Here our logical view or logical presentation of an 2D array, that is matrix. That is, this is row, first row, second row, third row. This is our column. And this is our actual physical representation of data elements row wise. That's why it is called as a row measure representation. As in first row 1, 2, 3 elements are there. In next row, that is 4, 5, 6 are there, and in next 7, 8, 9 and so on. That's why here the 0th row, first row, second row and third row. As we know, the array index is always starting from the 0. Then these are the memory address. First element is stored at address 1000 and the next element is stored on the address 1002 and so on. Here the physical view of column measure representation, and the data elements of an array can be stored column wise. Let us calculate the address of element in 2D array. The formula to calculate the ith and jth element of 2D array is, suppose R and C are there and the array name is A, where R is equals to number of rows and C is equals to number of columns. Then the location of the element can be represented as A of I and jth. Let us calculate the address by using the row measure representation. For this, the formula is base address plus I into C plus J into element size. Let us consider one example, that is calculate the address of first row and second column and consider the base address is 1000. Then as per our formula, the base address is 1000 plus ith row. Ith row's value is what? That is, it is 1 into C. C means column value, that is, it is 3 plus jth value, it is 2. That is 1 into 3 plus 2 into size of integer. That's why the result is 1000 plus 1 into 3, that is 3 plus 2, 5, and into 2, that is size of integer. That's why 1000 plus 10 is equals to 1010. Hence we can say that the first the element which is stored on first row and second column, the address is 1010. Our next formula is for calculate the address of ith and jth element by using the column measure representation. So for calculating the address of ith and jth element is base address plus j into r plus I into element size. Next type is multidimensional array. An array of arrays is called as multidimensional array. In simple words, we can say that an array created with more than one dimensions is called as multidimensional array. Multidimensional array can be of two-dimensional array or three-dimensional array or so on. Most popular and commonly used multidimensional array is two-dimensional array. Here the one example of multidimensional array. In this, that is array of 3, 3 and 3. Here first dimension is always shows the number of matrices. Second dimension shows the row and the third dimension shows the number of columns. That's why the total array elements in this array is 3 into 3 into 3, that is 27 element. Okay. Array for abstract data type. The array is an abstract data type that holds a collection of elements accessible by an index. An element is stored in given index and they can be retrieved at a later time by specifying the same index. Various operations which are performed on array data structure. First is deletion, that is removing an element from the list. Then insertion, adding a new element to the list. Then searching, that is finding the location of the element with a given value or the record with given key. Then merging, that is merging of two arrays. Sorting, arranging the elements in the some type of order. And the traversal, that is processing each element in the list. Let us discuss one C program, that is insertion and deletion operation of an array. This is our menu driven program. Now, these are the prototype declaration. Create, insert and delete display. All these are the prototype declaration function. Here the global declarations variable, that is n and a of 10. After that, which operations you want to perform, that is create, insert, delete and display. This is a switch statement. Here all the operations list is given. Suppose you want to perform a first operation, that is create the array list. Then here it will ask you to enter the value of n or how many elements you want to read, that is n value you should enter. Then enter the array element one by one. Here our array list will create. Then suppose if you select second case, that is insert a new element into a array, then control goes to directly at insert function. In this, for insert an element into the array, first read the element to be inserted, then read the index where to insert the element, then make a space for a new element. Here, that is a of I plus 1 is equals to a of I. Shift the elements by one position, and then to make a space for new element, at that time shift one element from the another location ahead and increase the size of array by 1, and then insert a new element at the specified index position. And then our next, suppose if you want to delete the element from the list, at that time here you first, or you should read the index where to delete the number. At this when the to delete the specified index element, move all the element from index +1 to size -1 index location down, and decrease the number of elements, that is n minus minus. When you insert a new element, at that time n value will increase. When you delete the element from the list, at that time n value will decrease. Okay, and this code is just for display the array list. Okay, now suppose we compile this code, then execute this code. Suppose first choice is 1. How many elements you want to read? Suppose 5, then 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, then suppose second operation is insert a new element into array. Suppose I want to insert a 25 at the index, or at the location second. 25 at the location second, means after the 20. Suppose check whether our new element is inserted into the array or not, then select your choice as 4, that is display the array elements. Yes, 25 is in the list and it is on the second indices. Then suppose I want to perform the delete operation, then select your choice or enter your choice 3, and then enter the index of the element to be deleted. Suppose I want to delete 40 from the array list, then the index of the 40 is what? That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, suppose I enter 4. Let us check whether 40 number is deleted from the list or not. Then again enter your choice 4. Yes, it is deleted. Now our array elements are 10, 20, 25, 30 and 50. Okay, clear? Okay, then we will exit.